I'm Miley Andrus-Price, and welcome to the heart of my home, my kitchen. I spend a lot of time in here. Today I am sharing with you my secret best ever banana bread recipe. So I got this recipe, 20 years ago, and I tweaked it to make it from good to amazing. So I start off with 6 to 7 mashed bananas. So I've already mashed them here. And if you really want to make them really good and you have access to it, I like using apple bananas. This is actually from our tree. We just took a bunch off. So you can see it's a little fatter and they're a little sweeter and creamier. But it doesn't matter if you just have regular Costco bananas. Make sure that you use them when they're really spotted, because the more spotted they are, the sweeter they are. So 6 to 7 mashed bananas, and then 2 blocks of margarine. I guess I should put my glasses on, with 2 cups of sugar. And so here's my secret there. So I do not use margarine, of course. You gotta use butter. So I have 2 blocks of butter, and I have brown turbinado sugar. Turbinado sugar, it's kind of like a cane sugar. Just the flavor is a little bit better and a little richer. I've already mixed this together. You cream the sugar and the butter together, and then I added 4 eggs in here, and we'll throw up the recipe for you. So and then it's the dry part. I always do wet and dry. So the dry part is 2.5 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. So my trick on the baking soda, when I was growing up, it would say sift the flour with the baking soda. So if you can see, this is kind of lumpy. Look at that big, huge lump there, right? So instead of getting a sifter, I just get one of these, and I put it here, and I just go like that. And it makes it so that it's not lumpy. And that's how I do that. And I've already got it in the dry stuff here, so I didn't want to add more of that. So I mix the wet, and then I mix the dry, and then I'm going to mix them all together. And in a second, through the magic of editing, you won't have to wait. So I'm going to mix this all together, and I'll come back when it's all mixed together and I'm putting it in my baking pans. Okay, so I mixed everything together. Nice and smooth and thick. And guess what? My other secret, I have to eat this. This is honey roasted macadamia nuts. It's 4 ounces. Excuse me, I shouldn't be eating and talking, but they're so good. So I chopped it up, and another important thing about this recipe is I chopped it coarsely, because it's no fun having nuts in banana bread and you're just wondering, are there nuts in there? I like to have it coarsely chopped, so there's no question that there's nuts in here. And then another fun thing that I do that I believe makes this recipe a little bit more fun. It's just as delicious if you do it in, the typical bread pans. But my sister and my sister-in-law got me these really fun pans. If you can see this, these are ladybugs and dragonflies. And then my sister got me these, can you tell, they're beehives. And here, let me show you this. Fun, right? Oops. And then this one are beehives with little bees in it. Fun! So I always spray mine. I use just olive oil, or there's one with a baker's secret or something, and some flour comes out in it with the oil. So I'm just gonna put this in here, and I'm gonna put it in the oven, and I'm gonna bake it. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. It's probably gonna be about 30 minutes. And then I will show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay? Okay, look, I'm gonna taste this. So good. Okay, so these baked about 30 minutes. And for those of you, you probably all know, but just to check the doneness, you just get a toothpick and you stick it in, and if it comes out clean without any batter on it, you know it's done. So I ended up making these 2 trays, and then I also did a small little bread pan, but that's taking longer. Uh-oh, these usually come out really easily. I'm gonna have to use a little spatula to get them out, but look how cute that is. Can you see that? I'm gonna show you. Look, there's a ladybug. Ooh, and the bee. I love bees so much. They're so amazing. There's a great book called The Sound of Increase. Fabulous book. Check that out. And here's a little beehive with the bee on it. Isn't that fun? And then I wanted to show you what turbinado sugar looks like. So it's just a thicker, coarser sugar. I think the other name is, what is it? Cane sugar? I'm not sure, but just look for a coarse cut, if that's the correct word. And so I just wanted to remind you of what makes this recipe superior. Real butter. You add honey roasted macadamia nuts. You have good quality bananas. And of course, you use a lot of love. I always put love into my recipes because I know that it's a great ingredient and you actually can taste it. So I always have a little bit of a spiritual spin on my recipes. And the lesson that I got from this recipe, because I got it actually 40 years ago, and it was a great recipe, but I made it my own. And so I think that God not only expects us, but I think He loves it when we take something and make it our own and make it better. I think that really that's one of the main purposes of life, is to learn and grow and how to make things better. And I think God is continually growing and expanding, just like the universe. You know, the universal laws, the universe is continually expanding. And so we should too, in our thoughts and our deeds, not so much in our waistline, right? So I hope that you have enjoyed this. I've really enjoyed doing it. It's so fun. I really really hope you try this recipe, because it truly is one of my very best recipes. So until next time, keep looking for and finding God in gourmet. Take care now. Aloha.